Hey YouTube. Well, today is part one of riding the full Sioux Falls Recreational Trail here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This recreational trail is 20 miles, maybe a little bit more. And this will be part one. Plan on breaking up this ride into probably 3 parts, maybe 4, but I think 3. So right now we're at Falls Park, which is a nice tourist location here in Sioux Falls. We're at the Big Sioux River. And so I'm gonna get started on the recreational trail, heading out from here. And when I end my ride, it's gonna be ending up here. So let's do part one, shall we? The commentary on this ride is gonna be pretty low. I'm only gonna point out really points of interest and then let you guys enjoy the ride. So we're off. Now, to the left, that's the Sioux Falls Farmers Market. Happens here every Saturday in the spring and summer. And as you can see, it's very, very busy. All right, we're off. Today is August 1st, 2026. A beautiful Saturday. 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 10-mile-an-hour winds, clear skies, absolutely gorgeous. You couldn't ask for a better day to do this. Adjusting my mirror so I can see behind me a little bit better. For those of you that don't follow my channel, first of all, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of things. But secondly, just want to let everyone know I'm riding my Aventon Adventure 3, which is just a very good all-around SUV style fat tire bike, which just means you can kind of go over anything with it. It'll do just about anything you want. And it works great for a person like me who's 6'5" and 230 pounds. It'll hold my weight just fine. The Sioux Falls Recreational Trail is a little bit more than 20 miles long if you do the loop. I'm talking about the recreational loop. So the Sioux Falls Recreational Loop, as it implies, it is a loop. Not an exact circle, more like an egg shape. And it goes through the interior of the city. I'm going to stay on the left. So up ahead, we're going to be crossing the spillway. So there's a spillway here where the Big Sioux River comes around and dumps out here in the spillway. A lot of people like to fish at the bottom of it. We're going to be going over it right now. Let's take a look. There's the top of the spillway, and that's probably a major highway there, maybe the interstate, I don't know. And there's the bottom of the spillway. Looking good. A little bit of an uphill climb here, but not bad when you have an e-bike. See where those flags are? Just beyond that is the Sioux Falls prison. Just an FYI. We're not going to really see it much, but it's there. Yeah, it's not the interstate, so I thought this was a highway we're going under. More than likely it's Minnesota Avenue. Oh yeah, you get a good view of the prison actually. It's just there to my left. That's the prison. So right there. And there's the Big Sioux River. This part of the loop has a very long straightaway. We haven't gotten to it yet. We're almost there. And it goes right past the airport. It goes right past the Sioux Falls Regional Airport. So as you can guess, everything out here is going to be mostly industrial. Pretty much all industrial. There's no homes out here really. I'm going right into the wind, unfortunately. So I hope this doesn't come across as horrible wind noise on the microphone, but I do have one of those furball dead cat things on my microphone, so that should eliminate most of the noise. Let's hope so. Here's that big straightaway I was talking about. Look how far that is. This is as far as the eyes can see. And I think it goes like this for at least 3 miles. So as you can see, this is the most boring part of the whole Sioux Falls loop, the recreational loop. Not much to see here, except warehouses and industry, trains. The train over there. You see that big white ball on the left? That is like a weather radar system. I forget what they call that on the news, you know, when they're showing you all the different formations of storms, and you know, they show you the radar images and all that. It's the kind of system they use. That's what that's for. And then you're not gonna see it too well, maybe. So right there to the left, that whole area, that is the Sioux Falls Airport, the regional airport. You see the video screen in the corners there, the screens? That's the airport. And there's the tower. And then also in there is the Air National Guard. So the Air National Guard resides in there, so we might actually see or hear an F-16 go by at some point. They fly a lot of F-16s out of there. Typically when they do maneuvers, you'll just see one or two of them. And they're loud. More industry, more warehouses. See all the lumber here. It's too bad you can't smell on camera, because it actually smells really good. I smell a lot of cedar, very strong cedar smell. Well, we've already ridden 3 miles. 3 miles of the supposed 20 miles. In other videos, I say it's a 26-mile loop, but that's only because I live 3 miles away from where the loop starts, and I'll ride my bike to the loop, and then back home, that would be 26 miles. But today I started at Sioux Falls, Falls Park. So I didn't do that. I didn't do that extra 6 miles, you know, which would be 3 miles of it there and back. Here's a nice little bridge. There we go. Someone's parked here, I guess, enjoying the water. Hello. Hello. Oh, here we are at the end of the runway, Sioux Falls Airport. And then to our right is the Big Sioux River. In most of my videos, you'll see that the parts of the recreational loop that I usually ride on are through the parks, where I go through the many different parks we have here in Sioux Falls. And those rides are a lot more beautiful because you get more trees and shade, and you see a lot more things like geese and ducks, rabbits, squirrels, you know, that kind of fun stuff. But out here in this area, it's pretty dull. But I wanted everyone to see what it's like, what the whole recreational loop is like. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And then, you know, there aren't very many videos on YouTube at all about this recreational loop. I mean, you'll find them, but they're not very comprehensive. They are, not sure what word I'm thinking of. They're not full. You know, like someone might say they rode the whole loop, and the whole video is 15 minutes long, right? Because they edit it and they only show you certain parts. But I'm showing you the whole thing from beginning to end, no edits, just me pointing out some things once in a while. I'm just gonna go around this way. But yeah, no edits. You're gonna see the whole ride. Now where I stop the ride here today and where I pick up might be a different day though. So just keep that in mind. I'm probably not gonna do this whole ride today. And we're just gonna cross this river, this bridge over the river here. There's a plane taking off. There's the river. It's so beautiful today. Let's check my phone here. Come on, read my fingerprint. There we go. All right, let's do this. We got to be careful here so other bicyclists don't hit us in the face. Okay. There's a field out there. I think it's alfalfa. At first I was going to say, that looks like soybean, but it's not. I think it's alfalfa. Later on, they'll roll that up into bales and feed it to the animals. I could be wrong though. Not a farmer, that's for sure. I have friends who are. They would look at it right away and go, oh yeah, that's flax, or that's soy, or that's alfalfa, or whatever. I'm just taking a wide guess on that one. Now, so far we have ridden 4 miles. About 4.5 actually. And I figure I'll do about, maybe 6.5. And if you multiply that times 3, there's your 20-mile ride. 3 videos. Wanted to get this one out of the way first because it's my least favorite of the rides, to be honest. I don't do the full loop, really, because this part of it doesn't interest me much. I stick to the bottom half where, like I was saying, where the parks are. And as I've talked about in other videos, I'm a type 1 diabetic since I was a little kid. And it can be a dangerous autoimmune disease that, I got to keep tabs on it. Check my sugar all the time. And I don't like being in places where there's really nobody around. We have passed a lot of people though, so it's not like this is totally deserted, but still. In the park areas, there's probably, 100 people down there or more. So around this point here to the left is where you'll see a lot of F-16s take off. So if they're doing any maneuvers today, that's where we're going to see them. But I haven't seen or heard anything since we started, so I doubt they're doing anything today. To the right of me, that's the Sanford football fields. They have this area over there called the Sanford Pentagon. The field house, they have basketball in there, and they have big football fields out here. So Denny Sanford did a lot for kids and families in medical. He just passed, I think last week. It's unfortunate. Very wealthy man, started a very popular bank out here in South Dakota. I don't want to say for sure, but I think it's Premier Bank. I could be wrong, so let me know in the comments if you know it. But I'm pretty sure it's Premier Bank. Became like a billionaire. And then he took all that money and donated so much of it back into the community. He built all kinds of sports things for kids and donated lots and lots of money to different research. He invested in hospitals and clinics all over Sioux Falls and South Dakota, I think in Minnesota as well. So you'll see Sanford hospitals and Sanford clinics all over the place. And that's him. All right, well, we've gone a little over 5 miles. There's some more sports fields to the right. That's all soccer over there. Pretty empty out here, huh? Now to my right, that is soybean right there. Big soybean crop. I don't remember when they harvest the soybean, but I know they usually do corn in October. I'm not sure about soybean. Might be the same or close to it. Yeah, I wish there was more to point out for all of you. But to be honest, there isn't a lot to see out here in this area. Okay, well, when we get to this bridge, that's where we will call it. That'll be part 1 of the Sioux Falls Recreational Loop. Hope you've enjoyed it. And remember, like and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of things. Give it a thumbs up. And if you subscribe, you'll see when part 2 comes up. And if this is an old video, then just look at my channel, look at my videos, and you'll see part 2 in there somewhere. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for wasting your time with me and enjoying my views of Sioux Falls. I'm gonna cross the bridge right here and we're gonna call it. So the next video is gonna start with me at this bridge. Thanks, everybody.